So in order to like understand the efficient market hypothesis, we'll understand like what is the definition of efficient markets. An efficient market is one which is efficient in processing the information. So whenever there's a news coming about the company, can it like digest the information? Can it like price the share accordingly? So the more perfectly the market is able to analyze the information and price it accordingly is called as a very efficient market. So in an informationally efficient market, the price of securities observed at any time are based on correct evaluation of all information at that time. So if you draw a chart, for example, if you draw a chart, so the price actually moves from like this to this to this to this to this. So every point of time, okay, every point of time, why the price is like moving upwards here or very high here or constant or falls or again rises is every point of is contains information up to this level. So this price contains information till this. So this price contains information till this point of time. So this price contains information up to this point of time. So the price of any security is a reflection of the information. Therefore, in an efficient market, prices immediately and fully reflect the available information. That is the definition of efficient markets. So there's something called the efficient market hypothesis. So efficient market hypothesis states that there are like three forms of efficient markets. Okay. So together all these three markets constitute the efficient market hypothesis. So we'll discuss what are these three market forms are. First one is called as weak form, the second one semi-strong form, and the third one is strong form. So we look at the EMH graphically. So we'll start from the theory here. In this diagram, the circles represent the amount of information that is included in each form of EMH. So weak form contains a less amount of information. Semi-strong contains a lot, that is, it includes the weak form or information also. The strong form information contains the semi-strong as well as the weak form. Okay, so the successive circles actually contains the inner circle information also. Note that the weak form covers the least amount of information and the strong form covers all the information. Also note that each successive form includes the previous one. So that is a very important point. So what is the information that is captured in weak form? In weak form, all the historical price and returns of a share are captured. In the semi-strong, the publicly available information are included. Plus, it also includes the historical price and returns. And the strong form includes all information public and private. So it also includes all public information and all historical price and returns. So that's about the information content in each of the forms. So we'll discuss about the weak form of the market. So the weak form of the EMH says the past price, volume, and other market statistics provide no information that can be used to predict the future price. So the weak form says that it, even though you have the past price and volume and everything, you still can make money in the stock market. So we'll see why it says like that. If stock price changes are random, okay, so that is what we started with the EMH with. Every price is random in nature. So if stock prices are random in nature, the next price is also random in nature. For example, tomorrow's price or next month price or next year price is also random in nature. So one, if it is random in nature, how can you use past statistics and past data to forecast a future price? So when you can't predict the future price, then doing technical analysis is a waste of time. Price changes should be random because it is the information that drives these changes, and information arrives randomly. Okay, so you can't predict the information for a stock perfectly and all. So the information like randomly comes. For example, there is a sudden fire accident in the factory means the information comes to the market. So the market will price accordingly and reduce the share price. Assume the company has one new export order, so the market will get this news and it will push the share price. So getting a fire accident in the factory or getting a new export order are all kind of a random kind of information. So we each random information creates a new kind of a price. So we can't predict the information and flow and all in a market. Prices should change very quickly and to the correct level when new information arrives. This form of EMH, if correct, okay, repudiates technical analysis. So it says if weak form is true, then technical analysis is useless. Most research regarding the EMH suggests that the weak form efficient seems to be mostly correct. So it means that there's a strong evidence that weak form is correct and the technical analysis is wrong. So that's about the weak form of EMH. So we'll see a picture. So any news comes to the market, and there are several people who are going to use this news and buy and sell shares. There are small shareholders like you and me. There are high net worth investors, pension funds, sovereign wealth funds, mutual funds. All these are investors, and all of these people are trying to guess what would be the share price after the news. And once they all get the news, the share is like bought and sold, and it will arrive at its correct value. So this is the weak form of EMH. So how does the price get adjusted? So for example, we look at the coronavirus impact on a share price. So this is State Bank of India's share price. So it was trading at 250 rupees at a point of time. I think in December also it was trading at 350 rupees. But once the corona news has arrived in India, the share price actually fell down. So why do you think it fell down? Because because of coronavirus, the new loans to be issued is going to be reduced, and people who have already got the loans cannot pay their EMI properly. So the income is affected. As income is affected, the share price is affected. So look at how quickly the market is able to digest the information about corona news, and it's like pricing the share. So we'll move on to the next topic. It's called a semi-strong form. So this form of pricing efficiency arises when share prices fully and fairly reflect all relevant and publicly available information, which includes past information. So semi-strong includes the weak form information also. So this model states that public information cannot therefore be used to make abnormal gains. Okay, cannot be used to make abnormal gains since capital markets and share price quickly and accurately respond to new information. So it says that even if you have publicly available information, you won't be able to make money in the stock market. The reason is there are like so many players out there. So just because you have read an annual report of a company and you have analyzed it, it doesn't mean that you have some kind of a ability to know what was going to happen in the share price, because not only you, there are like several investors like you who are trying to guess with the balance sheet and the P&L and the annual report of a company what the share price of the company would trade at. So as there are so many people, it becomes like a perfect competition. In perfect competition, you cannot make abnormal gain. So well-developed capital markets are held to be semi-strong, efficient, because there are so many people who are analyzing the annual report of a company. So public available information is just waste of time, and that is what research has proved for semi-strong information also. So the semi-strong form, if correct, okay, it rejects the fundamental analysis. So doing fundamental analysis and trying to find the exact price for the company or the intrinsic value of the company is just waste of time, because there are so many people who are doing the analysis and you are just one among them, and everyone possesses the same kind of knowledge, and that knowledge you cannot use as a edge to make money in the stock market. Most studies find that markets are reasonably efficient. That is, so in some countries, semi-strong form seems to be correct, and in some countries, semi-strong form does not work. So that is about the information here. So types of investors we look, why we won't be able to make money in the stock market as per semi-strong form is, see, there are like so many types of investors against you. You have pension funds, you have government pension funds, you have insurance companies, you have corporate tax plans, you have sovereign wealth funds, you have endowment funds, you have central banks. All these are sharehold or are investors in stock market, and all of them are trying to make money from the stock market. So as the market is like perfect market, so many people are there to analyze, we can't have a edge over the these investors. So we'll move on to the last form of efficient market hypothesis. So this form of pricing efficiency arises when fully and fairly reflect all private information as well as public information. That is, it says, even if you are the CEO of a company and you have private information or insider information about your own company, you still won't be able to make money in the stock market. Do you think it is correct? Okay. So that's what they again say. Even if you're a CEO and you have insider information, you won't make money in the stock market. See, the reality is this form of efficient market hypothesis is not at all. Most studies have found that the markets are not efficient in this sense. That is, this semi-strong form does not hold in reality. That means if you are a CEO of a company, you know whether your sales is going to go up or down, whether you will have good profit in this year or not. You have a lot of insider information. So these information are only you know it, or the only top management knows it. Public people cannot know it, investors will not know it. So what you can do is you can make money before telling this information to the stock market. Okay, stock market is informationally efficient. They can process the information in annual report or in sales report or anything they can process, but they cannot process an information which has not gone out of the company. So what happens is, if you're a CEO of a company, you can make abnormal profits. In reality also that happens. That is why governments state that insider trading or dealing is strictly prohibited. So any CEO who is caught in insider trading will be like thrown in jail. So insider trading works like this. So two women in a company, employees in a company, they are discussing. The head of pharmacology is going to blow the whistle on the two side effects of our blockbuster drug. Okay, so she passes on an insider information to her colleague, and her colleague feels that got to sell shares now, because see, if he blows the whistle about the side effect of a particular drug, okay, the sales will fall out. So if sales are going to fall, then share price will fall. So if this woman has 100 shares at 100 rupees, she is having a net worth of 10,000 worth of share. So if the share price is going to fall to 50 rupees, then her net worth will be 5,000 rupees. So she has to incur a loss of 5,000. So what she could do is she will sell her all her shares at 100 rupees itself. So she will safely escape the market price collapse. So we look at a quiz now. This question was asked in December 2014. An investor believes that they can make abnormal returns by studying past price movements in terms of capital market efficiency. To which of the following does the belief relate? Okay, so someone feels that they can make money through past share price movement. Okay, so they believe in technical analysis. Fundamental analysis is using annual reports. Operational efficiency is not a valid choice. Technical analysis is what they are trying to make money from. Semi-strong is again not a choice. So we'll see. Look at the answer. So the answer is C.
You can reach me at my website wowacademics.com, or you can also see my Quora answers. I am active in LinkedIn and in Facebook page, so you can visit at these places. If you just type Sham Prasad and Wow Academics, you will get all these links in Google search itself. And if you like this video, give a like, share to your friends, and if you feel that any points we have missed in this video, you can post it. We will try to give an answer to you in the comment section itself, or we'll also create another video for you. So thank you for watching our video.